Morning all. Just thought take you through how I'm sort of choosing my stocks at the moment. We had a really big win with FTM last night, and also still cranking on CHZ, which I talked about earlier on. I've got my eye on Crow at the moment. It's a great coin. So just having a look at why. So that's a 5 minute one. So it's turning around to start to look for a trade now. As you can see, I've shown you some of the examples of what candles do and some of the things we're looking at. So it's a fairly big downward trend. RSI is down there, that's relative strength. So that's the purchasing power, essentially, of what's happening. So people are buying less, they're selling through here. As this starts to turn, they're starting to buy more. Now this changes depending on the number that we use. So we've got a 5 minute cycle here. And we've got some indicators. Well, again, we talked about the yellow indicator here, which is 15 periods of 5 minutes on this one, and the red one, which is 5 periods. And we're looking for crossovers again. Crossovers are really critical of when things are going to happen. Now, if you a little bit gutsy, you can make the move here, but then you risk getting faked out a little bit. So you really do have to watch what you're doing here, and especially as the changes are very flat. You can see that very small movements in the price there, and these are essentially called slippages. So you also look at the trading volume down the bottom here is all red as well, and we're starting to see some green happening. So we want to see some continual green go there as well. So we might see it go up there. But what really is exciting for you is that move on to the daily chart, and that's really where you see a pattern starting to occur. As obviously Crow had a massive run here and got up to nearly $1. And when we had the drop in Bitcoin, it started to recede right down. Now, if we work on our theory here, we probably should have took a trade around about here. That would have been a great, I mean, obviously if we had picked it here, it would have been great, but we still didn't see a trend going. And so risk versus reward, we would have taken a trade somewhere about here. And we'd be looking very good. We would have took a bit of a down hit on one day, but we want to see this one pushing up. So, and you also look at, I've got another line here, which is the 200 moving average. So that's 200 days. And again, as you can see, now it's probably a bit too much for a Crow because we've got that that level there where it just did nothing at all. But so what we might do is we might shrink that down, and we'll that one there, sorry, which is the 200 moving averages. We might shrink that down. We might bring that down to 50. That might be a little bit more sort of reasonable. Now you can see that we're primed for really to get into this trade. So, but I'm looking at, I want to get it at the best possible buy. So I'm happy to let this keep running, and these two lines here, all these three lines will converge. When they converge, that is the optimum time to start buying. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be, we're probably not going to be far out off this spot, but somewhere around here we'll be buying. So, and then I'm just going to take, this is on my video training account, so we don't have huge dollars sitting in this one. So we're going to buy 760 of them and put a stop loss around 0.60, which will give me a loss of $17.86 if it hits that. And if we're looking at trying to keep this as a long-term trade, which I'd like to, and getting back up to that 87 cents, or $87 would be nice, but that ain't going to happen. So we go 0.87. We make $187 on that trade. So we want to see where it's sort of bottoming out is around here, 61. So we could lift that higher, and we will if it starts to turn, just to reduce these losses. But you've got to give yourself a reasonable margin of loss as well. So I'm just gonna wait until that's ready for trading, which won't be far away, but I'll hold you on here. It'll be another at least half an hour. So I just wanted to give you an idea of how that works. Okay, I hope that helps. Take care.